The observation chamber hummed with anticipation as Overseer Rav adjusted his sensory appendages, watching the containment field flicker to life. The creature inside was a Vrocthian sand reaper, apex predator from the death world of Vrocth 7, with serrated mandibles that could shear through titanium plating and venom sacs potent enough to liquefy organic matter in seconds. It was 3 meters of pure, concentrated lethality. This, Rove announced to his fellow examiners, his translator rendering his clicking speech into galactic standard, is the final examination for Specialist Mira of Earth. She has passed all theoretical assessments, combat simulations, and tactical evaluations with surprising competence. The other examiners chittered their agreement, though their postures betrayed skepticism. Humans were the newest species to petition for inclusion in the Galactic Defense Initiative, and while their physical capabilities were middling at best, their psychological profiles were deeply concerning. They formed emotional attachments to nearly everything, feared death less than was rational, and possessed a disturbing tendency to laugh in situations of extreme danger. The test is simple, Rav continued, his eye stalks swiveling toward the human standing before the containment field. Specialist Mira must survive 15 standard minutes in the chamber with the Sand Reaper. She may use any environmental features to her advantage. No weapons permitted. No weapons. Mira stood with her hands clasped behind her back, her dark hair pulled into a practical ponytail, her expression unreadable. She was slight by human standards, barely reaching Rav's mid-thorax, wearing only the standard-issue bodysuit that all candidates received. Her eyes, however, those forward-facing predator eyes that unnerved so many species, were fixed intently on the Sand Reaper. "Understood, Overseer," Mira said, her voice carrying that peculiar human steadiness that some mistook for ignorance. "Do you have any questions before we begin?" Rav asked, following protocol. Mira tilted her head, studying the creature as it scraped its barbed legs against the containment field, dripping acidic saliva that hissed against the energy barrier. Her lips curved slightly. "Just one," she said. "Do we pet it or cook it?" The observation chamber fell silent. Several examiners' translator units beeped in confusion, struggling to parse the query. Rav's appendages stiffened. What?" he managed. "The Sand Reaper?" Mira clarified, gesturing toward the beast. "Are we going for domestication scenario or survival cuisine scenario? Because my approach differs significantly, depending on the objective." Ravi felt his respiratory spiracles constrict. "Specialist Mira, this is a lethal combat examination. The objective is to survive." "Right. But survive and befriend? Or survive and barbecue?" "It's a reasonable question." Her eyes hadn't left the creature. "Because honestly, it's kind of cute in an ugly cute way. Look at those little eye clusters, and if the carapace is similar to earth lobsters, the tail meat might be excellent with butter." "The Sand Reaper has killed 47 sentient beings across its lifetime," Rav said slowly, wondering if the human's translator was malfunctioning. "It is not cute. It is not food. It is a weapon of biological warfare." Mira shrugged. "My planet had dinosaurs, Overseer. We turned them into chickens. We looked at wolves and thought, friend-shaped. We saw auroch and said, I want to ride that and also drink its milk. One man's biological weapon is another man's. I wonder what that tasked like." Before Rav could respond, Mira nodded. "But I understand. 15 minutes. Survival. Got it." Rav signaled the technician, and the containment field dissolved. What happened next would be discussed in xenopsychology courses for decades. The Sand Reaper lunged with predatory precision, mandibles spread, venom glands pulsing. Mira didn't run. She sidestepped with minimal movement, slapping the creature's sensory antenna as it passed, producing a sharp thwack that echoed in the chamber. "No," Mira said firmly, in the tone humans used for badly behaved animals. "Bad Sand Reaper. No eating people." The creature skidded to a halt, its neural system struggling to process this response. In its evolutionary history, prey either fled or fought. Prey did not discipline. The Sand Reaper attacked again, more aggressively. Mira rolled under its strike, came up behind it, and flicked its posterior sensory cluster. I said no. We use our words, not our mandibles. Rov's mandibles hung open. What is she doing? I believe, one examiner whispered. She is scolding it. For 8 minutes, Mira employed a strategy that violated every known protocol for Sand Reaper encounters. She established dominance not through violence, but through the inexplicable human ability to project authority through sheer audacity. She corrected the creature's attacks like a disappointed parent, exploited its confusion, and maintained a running commentary. Okay, you're getting tired, I can tell. Look, I get it. They locked you in a box, you're hangry. You've got feelings. Valid feelings. But we don't process our emotions by liquefying strangers. By minute 12, the Sand Reaper was notably slower, its attacks half-hearted, as if questioning its life choices. Mira sat cross-legged in the corner of the chamber, watching the creature with patient eyes. Come here, she said softly, extending a hand. She's insane, Rov breathed. The Sand Reaper approached cautiously, its mandibles clicking in what xenobiologists would later identify as confusion mixed with curiosity. Mira remained still. When the creature was within striking distance, she gently touched the ridge between its eye clusters. The Sand Reaper's aggressive posture collapsed. It settled onto its belly plates with a sound like grinding metal. Good Sand Reaper, Mira murmured. See? We can be friends. When the timer reached 15 minutes, Rov found himself unable to signal for extraction. Mira was scratching the creature under its mandible joint, and the most dangerous predator in this sector of space was producing a low, rumbling sound that resembled purring. Permission to keep it, Overseer, Mira called out. I'm naming her Bitey. I think she just needed someone to understand her. Rov deactivated his translator, clicked a long string of his native language that roughly translated to existential despair, and reactivated it. Specialist Mira, he said carefully. You are hereby approved for the Galactic Defense Initiative. Please report to Xenobiology for psychological evaluation, and bring the Sand Reaper. Apparently, it's yours now. As Mira stood, the creature following her like an oversized murderous puppy, Rov added to his report. Recommendation: never, under any circumstances, give humans access to additional fauna. They will either befriend it or eat it, and both outcomes are equally disturbing. Mira paused at the chamber exit, looking back. For the record, Overseer, I would have gone with the befriending route anyway, but if you ever want to know what they taste like, I have some excellent recipes. Rov watched her leave, the Sand Reaper trotting beside her, and realized that humanity's greatest weapon wasn't their technology or their tenacity. It was their absolute refusal to acknowledge what was supposed to be impossible.